Well, today on Twin J Racing, we go rescue this thing from a secret location. But the question is, if it's been there more than 10 years, does it become a barn find even though you know where it's at? I don't know. But it's been sitting there for 10 years, so is it a barn find? I don't know. Follow along today on Twin J Racing and find out. Well, we won't answer that question, but find out what this is. You know, little sneak peek. Oh, but find out what it is. Well, this morning we're out here hooking up the truck and trailer, getting ready to go on a little adventure, recovery mission. I'm not quite sure what you want to call it, but packing up some stuff, straps, air compressor, more straps. Just making sure I have what I need to bring something back home so we can start working on it. Been a long time coming. We finally finished up that 69. Any major projects on it, it might come for a day or two, but it ain't going to be staying for long anymore. So we're getting stuff together. We're going to go get something. When we get there, we will turn the cameras back on and see what we got. I know what we got, but you guys don't, and you're going to learn. It's going to be a long-term project, something that's going to take us a long time, but we got to get started on it. You know, unfortunately, you start thinking about stuff, you don't get any younger. I'm not getting any younger. You can see the gray in my beard already starting. It's not all there yet, but I'm not getting younger. Project I've had 20 plus years, been sitting the last probably 15. Well, actually it's been sitting probably a lot longer than that, but it's been sitting in the same place for probably the last 10 to 12. And before that it sat at other places. It's actually, ironically enough, going to end up back where it was sitting before I took it to where it's sitting now. It's going to go back there for a while before I can come home to my garage, but we got to get it moving. Got to get it up in the queue. We got to start making a plan. I have a plan in the back of my mind, but when we get it out, when we get it out and get it home, I'll kind of go over some of my thoughts, my plans, and what it's going to be. So, sorry I'm moving around, but I'm trying to load everything because I'm already late, which is the story of my life. I did some other stuff this morning that I probably should have just walked away from, but you guys know how that is. So we're going to finish getting everything loaded up. Got the compressor now. Everything else is in the back. We will start. Alright, I don't remember or know for sure where I was at, but basically I was wrapping things up here. We got everything loaded up. We're getting ready to hop in the truck, head over to where this project's parked, and get it loaded up. Like I said, we got some ideas. We're going to sit down and really plan out what we want to do and figure it all out when we get to it. It's a long-term project. Like I said, it was actually my dad's car, to start with, and it's mine now, and it's been in the same basic situation for the last 20 years. My brother took it to the high school body shop, stripped it, and that's pretty much where it stayed. It's had a little bit of work here and there, but we're talking criteria of 2000, so you're talking 24 years. We bought the car, in 98, and it's pretty much been a little tinker. We stripped it all down, like I said, with my brother, and that's pretty much where it's been sitting. I took it down a little farther, and haven't touched it really since. So, you know the old story, had a family. I have my own car, which, you know, I worked on it first and always intended to work on this one, but it always took backdoor to my projects, my wife's projects. It's time for it to take the front and get done. But it's going to be a long term where we just a little bit at a time and get it done. So I will show you guys what we're going to go deal with. All right, we are here at an undisclosed location. Looks like my truck. Anyways, we are here to look at the project that is hiding there in that garage. So it's been here probably about 10 years, give or take. And this is what happens when stuff sits here for a while. It collects everything. Parts car, good car. It just collects and collects and collects. And we are going to get this unburied here in a little bit. I'm not going to bore you guys with unburying the car, but it's been sitting in here probably, like I said, 10 years. And it just has become a collect-all for everything. We're going to get it all dug out and up on the trailer and get it somewhere where we can actually start working on it. And then eventually we're going to get that one out too. But that's a whole nother project. Alright, we've been working on this for a little while. And we're getting ready to pull the car out so we can get the rest of the stuff kind of set somewhere. But we're down to these few boxes, which are from my aunt's house. Got a bunch of dishes and stuff in it. And sitting here, I forgot. I got a car full of parts. My daughter's trying to kill herself, but center consoles and just a bunch of stuff. There's some stuff over here I forgot about. Just a bunch of that, but we're going to get the car pulled out some to where we can put this stuff over on top of the parts car. And then, like I said, eventually we're going to get the parts car out, but I'll probably bring some pallets and stuff to put all this stuff on, so that way it's just not sitting out and on the ground. So we're going to work on getting this out. We'll put this on time lapse. You guys can watch the disaster the fun that's about to happen. Yeah, we'll go with fun. we got this puppy up here. Little work, little wiggling. Hopefully you guys saw it all in time lapse. I'm still new at this, so we'll see how it all works. But it's out of the garage. It's going to go to its new home so we can start getting it apart and evaluating, well, not so much apart, but get it laid out, evaluating all the work. We're going to get it sandblasted. I think that's going to be the first step, and figure out where we're at. I don't even remember. I know different people have tried to do some body work on it. We got things that have got to be fixed. Dead? Oh. Windshield there needs a little work, and there's some other areas. The back, I believe up over there, you can't zoom in, but I believe up over there, just some areas need attention. You know, this back, I don't know, you know, if you watch Graveyard Crawlers, they call it a Dutchman panel. I'm not sure what that back filler is, but that needs a little love, needs a little finishing inside of here. Just got to get it sandblasted, kind of got to remember where we're at, and that's the plan. Get it cleaned up. As you can see, there's just Bondo raked over everything. Gotta see how bad that is. I don't fully remember. You can see somebody put a quarter on it, so we just gotta get it figured out. But I think the best plan is to blast it. That's a 65 frame I had bought. That was all done. You can't really see it under here, but it's been sandblasted and painted. Got a bunch of good parts on it. I was gonna run that, but I don't think I'm going to. I have the original frame that came out from underneath this car, and the biggest thing is it's got the numbers in the other side. That it's actually under that parts car right now, but we got to get that, and we're gonna sandblast it and have it all redone. But we're gonna put better parts. We just, like I said, we gotta sit down and figure out what we're gonna do, what the plan is, and go from there. So I'm gonna finish strapping this down and get ready to go now that we've got the hard part done, and we're gonna let you guys go. Here we have the shop supervisor making sure we're doing everything right. But we got it all strapped down. It's ready to head back to where it's going to sit for now till we can get to it. But we got it out. We're getting ready to start a project with it. All right, this is the GTO's home for now. It's at the my car club. It'll eventually go home once I get the shop cleaned out enough and I can put it into the bay at the house, but we got a long ways to go before that. But I wanted to get the car out, get it to where it's at least accessible to me. But anyways, this is the 66 GTO project we're going to work on. That's a 65 frame underneath of it. I'm not sure what all I've covered before. Got some nice parts, Hotchkiss suspension, it's got Elbrock shocks on it. Really surprised they left the stock control arms on it. People argue they're better, they're not better, whatever. I'm going to put tubular uppers. I'm probably going to take the ones that are on my Cutlass off because I want to go to a chrome moly lighter control arm on it. I'll put those on there along with the disc brakes, the factory disc brakes on my car I'm running will go on here. This is just going to be a street cruiser, nothing insane, no crazy horsepower or anything. We are going to tuck some bigger meats underneath here. We're going to cut and section the inner wheel tubs. You know, they're in there. Somebody didn't do a great job of welding. We're going to do some work fixing that. But I really got to inventory this car, figure out what all I have, what I don't have. You know, we got a lot of work to figure out. Get it cleaned up. I think we're just going to get the whole car soda blasted. It's going to be the first step. And like I said, there's a lot of looking even closer at this back panel here. Somebody put a piece of channel in there and they bent it, and it's okay, but it needs some love, and we're going to work on that. Needs some love down in this corner here. You can see some holes. It just needs, but overall it's not bad. Like I said, we need to get it blasted, see what's here, because like there's mud here. I'm not sure if that's from when they put the quarter, how they put the quarter on it. I'm not sure. There's a dent there. Just, it's going to need some work. Yeah, there's some waves there. I'm not a body man, so I'm going to fake it till I make it and hopefully get some help on that, doing some body work. But it's got Hotchkiss rear sway bar on it. It's got a built 8.2 in the back here. Well, I don't know built, but it's got a posi unit and it was all rebuilt. It's got a nice TA cover on it, but I don't know if I'm going to use any of that. Not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe put a 9-inch in it. I want to. Anyways, back to the point I was getting to. I want to mini tub it so I can tuck some decent sized rubber underneath the back, but we're not going to make any kind of crazy power with it. We're going to put a mild-mannered 455. It's actually, the motor that's for it is actually over here behind my brown truck. It's back over here. It's under here. You can't really see it. It's just going to be a stock mild build, stock piston, or well, flat top but stock style pistons. Cranks back there, needs to be cleaned up. It might have to go get polished and cleaned up. Just in the blocks in here, you know, want to do like a TKX 5-speed, but we got to figure out what all we're going to do. That's all wishful thinking at this point in time. Really need to get this project done. You know, there's always something else to do that's more important than this, but this is the first step, getting it out and getting it down here. So from here I can at least start working on it. I need to get it home. Body needs to come back up off the frame. I need to get the parts car dug out. I need to get that frame dug out. That's the one we're going to use. Like I said, we're going to steal some stuff off of this, and then this frame's going to be for sale at some point in time.